The best shotlist template just got an update. The best shotlist template 2.0. What's happening, filmmakers? It's George VK. Welcome to Filmmakers Secrets. Now, before I share the top 11 things that every filmmaker must know to write killer shot lists, go ahead and drop down a comment below of what you consider to be the top 3 most important elements that need to be included in a shot list. Now, I do read all the comments, so think very carefully. All right, so here's the shot list, updated, new, beautiful, delicious. And you know, about 10 years ago, over a decade ago, I was searching around for a template to use for my own film projects. And everything I was finding was just absolute garbage. I couldn't find a template that worked for me. So I literally opened up Google Sheets and I created my own with all the elements that I wanted to be included inside of it. And I recorded a quick little tutorial video. And to this day, that video recently got 100,000 views, almost 300 comments of gratitude and just filmmakers saying how helpful it is. So I figured, you know what? It's been over 10 years. What better way than, to thank all of you than to give you an amazing update with some awesome features. We've got project title. We've got our production company over here in the header. Here's where we can, do the numeration of the scene, whatever scene you're working on, the location, whether it's interior, exterior, and then if it's a day or a night scene, okay? And then a quick little page count just for your own reference here. So the very first thing, we got to give our shot a name, basically a numeration. So the typical way to do this is a number and then a letter. And that's going to be our shot. So if it's, the first scene and then the first shot, so shot 1A. There's different ways that you can do this, but this is one way that is standard in the film industry. So next, number 2 is camera. Let's say we're doing a multi-camera shoot and we want to make sure that we know this is going to be camera A. That is the first amazing feature right here is these little drop downs, and we have options to choose from and we can customize them. I'll show you that in a little bit. Then number 3 is the framing. So here we have extreme close-up, medium shot, so on and so forth, that we don't have to actually fill it out. We can just click this little arrow for the drop down and select. Let's actually reverse engineer this short film that I shot, called Spiral. We'll start with the first shot of our character, Alex, played by the amazingly talented Jim Hunt. Fun fact, he actually won Best Actor for this particular short film. So here we have, I would say this is a close-up. First one is going to be 1A, camera A. Framing is going to be a close-up. Then the subject. Okay, so this is where we get to have some fun because down here in this drop-down options tab, we have a list of our camera, frame, subject, angle, lens, equipment, and movement. So you can actually go in and customize your drop-down options to whatever you want. So the first option for the subject I have selected as all, and then we can say Alex, and maybe let's just do Jim as an example, okay? So we'll go back to our shot list for scene 1, and we can see now in the drop down, we have these options. We'll select Alex. All right, moving on to number 5 is the angle. So the angle of our camera, that one is more or less at eye level, right? If we take a look, it's right around the eye level of this actor. Then the lens, we have some choices. This one was on a 24-70. And once again, you can go in and customize these. If you know your lens package, you can literally input those on their own rows, and you'll have that reflected in the drop down here. All right, moving on to number 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lens was number 6. 7 is equipment. This was actually a shoulder mount. And then number 8 is movement, and this one was handheld, obviously on the shoulder mount. Now, Number 9 is coverage. I like to have this column in my shot lists so I can have a high level overview of how much that shot needs to cover. So let's say this is a master shot, meaning it's going to cover the whole scene. So we can literally say whole scene. Or if it's an insert shot, then we can just literally put a quick piece of the dialogue. I love it. That needs to be covered with this particular shot. That way we know we're not over covering our scene. Basically, we only need this shot for that particular part of the scene, but we'll keep it for the whole scene as a master for the purposes of this demonstration. And then number 10 is the notes section. So this is where you can literally put anything that you need to take note of in order to communicate to the rest of the crew, to your different departments of what is involved in this shot. So let's say this needs to be younger makeup. If we were to be transforming our character from a younger to an older version, just as an example. All right, now before I move on to these 4 very important columns right here, which is basically going to allow you to automatically and accurately calculate the shooting time for each of your shots so that you can then effectively schedule them ahead of time and have that preliminary timing for each shot so that you can schedule them quickly. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit like if any of this is helpful. Always stay up to date. I don't want you to miss a single second of the value that I'm going to be dropping coming up here in the next couple of months. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, so here we go. How do we actually estimate the time that it's going to take to shoot this shot? Well, the first column is script time. And typically, with a film script format, it equates, 1 page to about 1 minute of finished product. So let's say this one shot needs to cover the whole scene, and the whole scene is about a page. That means that script time is going to be 1 minute, okay? Then the setup time. This is signifying how long it's going to take to actually set up this shot. If it's the first shot of our shoot, then we can, estimate about 30 minutes to get the lighting right, to get the camera set up, to maybe rehearse with the actors, whatever you feel like from your previous experience, you're going to need to get this shot ready. Then we need to input the predicted number of takes. Obviously, we're going to pull from past experience, right? How many takes does it take to actually get a successful shot? So I like to stick to lower numbers because I don't like overdoing with too many takes, because that means something else is going wrong. There's either not been enough rehearsals, or somebody's not hitting their mark, or maybe the focus is off. So you need to regroup and figure out what it'll take to get the least amount of takes. So let's stick with 5 takes since it's the first shot of the day. And this 4th column, the shooting time, spits out an equation, a calculation from this equation, but you don't need to concern yourself with this, right? If this looks intimidating or scary, I don't blame you. It's okay. But basically what it's doing is taking into account the script time, multiplying it by the number of predicted takes, right? So if we're going to do 5 takes, 1 minute each, that means that then we need to include 5 minutes in between each take to do any sort of resetting, any sort of adjustments to the lighting or to the performance. So that's just a little bit of a 5-minute buffer time in between each take. And then on top of that, we add the setup time for that shot, and we get 60 minutes. And that's reflected down here as well, the total time for the scene. And this number right here just reflects the hour a conversion. So from 60 minutes, it's taking this conversion basically divided by 60 and rounding up to the whole number. And so we get 1 hour. Now, if we wanted to go ahead and move on to scene number 2, all we need to do is come down here to the shot list, scene 1 tab, and duplicate it. Okay, double click to rename. This is shot list scene 2, and we are off to the races. We can reset all of these numbers. Remember, don't touch this column because it's got the equation in it, right? But we can basically select all of these, press delete, and start with scene number 2. So isn't that easy? It's so easy, so amazing how quickly that you can actually build these shot lists from your script breakdown, from your storyboards if you did those. Very helpful. Now I'm going to share with you how to actually get this free template that I'm providing with for you, template 2.0, the best shot list template. So what you're going to do is click the link down below, or open up a new browser window and head over to www.filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist. That's SHOTLIST. So filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist. And it's going to bring you to this page. So you're just going to input your email so that I know where to actually send you this template and the training. And once you do that, you'll get an email with a link to this page. And this is a fancy resource one-pager that is going to be really helpful for you. And you can go through, watch the video here. That's going to give you a little bit more information on the actual shot list template. And then you can go through, do a little practice round. And then once you're ready, you can click this link here. I have some more free resources on the right side here. And that's going to take you over to this page. And this is the actual shot list. Okay. So you're going to click use template, and it's going to create a copy of this template within your own Google account and just start going crazy. Have fun with it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that was helpful. If it was, let me know. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.